Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Mum of Wildlings. It is Monday, so I am back here with another Monday motivational video, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about stress. Now, I'd probably say every single person has experienced stress at some point in their life, and in today's day and age, most people experience extreme stresses. What a lot of people don't seem to realise though is that stress doesn't come from the facts. So just because something happens, it is not that thing that causes stress within us. It's the meaning we give to it that causes stress. So if the kids aren't well on a day, that in itself does not make you stressed, but it is the pressure we put on ourselves because we turn that thing, that fact, the kids being not well, into a stressful situation. We then think, oh no, how am I going to cope with this? How am I going to get the housework done? How am I going to get to my work? I need to get a babysitter, or I need to take the day off, or everyone in the house is suddenly going to get sick. And we give this fact all this meaning, and it is the meaning that causes stress within us. And when we start to realise that it is not the facts causing us stress, but the meaning, we can start to become a little bit less stressed because we are in control of that meaning. We can give any meaning we like to the facts that we are presented with. The one thing in life that we have control over is choice. Everybody has choices that they can make. We often can't control what happens to us, but we can choose how we react to that thing. And when we see that we can choose how to react to a situation, we can start to see how our decisions, the decisions that we make, can impact our lives greatly. And the decisions you have can change your entire life. They already have. The smallest decisions can change your lives. For me, I kind of knew my husband, but where we had our first kiss was outside a nightclub on a Wednesday night. Now, I never went to nightclubs on a Wednesday night, but that night I decided to. I was only just turned 20, and had I made a different decision that night, I really don't think we'd be together. We wouldn't have the kids, we wouldn't be living this life. That was such a small, insignificant decision, but that impacted my whole life. And when you start to realise that every decision, even the smallest decisions, can impact us positively and negatively, we can start to make more conscious decisions. Start to choose the way that we react to certain situations. If we want to become a little bit less stressed, we have to start reacting to the situations differently. We have to make different decisions. If you want a different life, you need to make the change. Because things will always keep on happening to us. It's the way that we react and the decisions that we make that will change the outcome. Sometimes when we're feeling really down or really stressed, it is so easy to focus only on those things. If you're having a bad day, you tend to focus on that. You pick out the negative things from that day. And the only thing that does is make your day worse. Because we feel whatever we concentrate on. Whatever we focus on, we feel it. If you start to think of the little positives throughout and focus on that, you will start to have a more positive attitude. But it's hard to do. I spoke about this in my last video a little bit, and it's the old saying again, misery loves company. And it's sometimes a lot easier to focus on the negative things and complain about them than to make the change. But when you do that, your life tends to be more negative and more stressful because that's all you can think of. If you focus on people that don't care in your life, people that you maybe think should, friends or family that you don't really see, and you focus on how they don't want to see you, that's what will happen. You will find evidence that they don't. Maybe you only see them twice a year and they only come round for birthdays and Christmases, and you focus on all the days that they're not there. So you tell yourself, they don't care about me, they don't care about my family. You find evidence to support your point of view. Now, you can't change their behaviour. You can talk to them about it, of course, but at the end of the day, that's up to them whether they want to change their behaviour or not. Now, you can be stressed about this situation, or you can change the way you feel about it. You can give that situation a different meaning. Rather than giving it meaning that they don't care, you can focus on the days that they do come. You can accept that they are living their own life, how they choose, but yet on Christmases and birthdays, they make a choice to come and see you. You can see that they do care about you. It may not be as much as you like, or they may not show it the way that you like, but it is there. And if you focus on that or the other way, that's how you'll feel about that situation. You'll either have people that support you and can be there for you at certain points in their life, or you can look at that same situation and say, I have no one around me and nobody cares about me. We can't change what other people do. We can influence them, we can talk to them, but we can't, their choice is their choice. But we can change how we feel and about how we react to these situations. Every day we make decisions, every single day, and most of them aren't conscious. We just get up in the morning and pour ourselves a tea or a coffee and put sugar in because that's what we've always done, and we grab cereal for breakfast and we eat this and we just put the same old clothes on. We do this without thinking. We get into a routine, we get into a rut, and we don't often make conscious decisions. But if we make conscious decisions on most things that we do, our lives can start to change. If you feel like you want to be healthier or lose a little bit of weight or anything like that, we can do that if we start to make conscious decisions about what we're putting into our body. Rather than just doing what we've always done, if we stop, take a step back and really think about what we're putting into our body, we will start to see different results. We need to start to change our mindset, and making conscious decisions can change everything. It really can. If you're in a bad mindset, you make a lot of bad decisions. So if you're like, have you ever been really annoyed about something? It has nothing to do with like your kids or anything like that. You're just, something's pissed you off that day. It's your internet's not working, or the car broke down, or somebody gave you grief in a shop and they were rude to you, and then you're busy working on something and your kid will come up and say something or do something and you just snap at them. And they didn't deserve it, and what they done wasn't really wrong. It was just that they annoyed you when you were in a bad mindset, and so you reacted badly to that situation because you were in a bad frame of mind. We do it all the time. We let the frame of mind we're in affect our decision making. And that's what has to change. We have to try and have a different mind frame and then make conscious decisions. That's the only way that you'll be able to move forward more progressively and more positively. Now, of course, crises happen. Some really awful crises happen in the world, and what people have to deal with on a daily basis is sometimes excruciatingly painful. It's ridiculous. But we still can't let that control our lives. We have to see that situation for what it is and then give meaning to it. And giving a more positive meaning to it can change everything. But often it's not the big crises that give us the most stress, it's the little things. You see, it's like most people are caught in the middle of what they desire the most and what they fear the most. And that is usually where we're the most stressful, because the two are often one of the same thing. And that makes it really hard to move forward because we're too scared. But you have to trust yourself and trust that you can do it. You can make that first change, and trust if it doesn't work, that's okay, because you can change your strategy and start again, and that's okay too. But you're not going to get out of any stressful situation by just wallowing in it. That's definitely not going to change anything, really. We don't need to wait for perfection. We can make a change now. We're happy when we're progressing, but progressing doesn't have to be like, I'm going to use weight again here. If you want to lose weight, or not even lose weight, if you just want to get fit, you don't have to wait till you find the perfect trainer. You don't have to wait till Monday. You don't have to wait until you see a nutritionist. That is not necessarily progression. Progression is changing your mindset now and making the choice to change. And then once you've made that choice, to make a plan and to start to see that through. As soon as you make the choice, consciously choose to change, you will start to feel happier. Lots of people want different or better, but they don't want to do the work that's required to get them there. And that's often where stress can come from. I want that life, or I don't like my job. I want to go on more holidays. I don't have enough money. Our relationships strained. We can see the problem, and sometimes, often actually, we can see a solution. But the work required to get there is too overwhelming. The only way to make a change in your life is to be the change. Now, this video hasn't been about how to deal with all stress or anything like that at all. It is just trying to give you guys a different perspective on things. That lots of stressful situations are made worse because the meaning we give these situations. And if you take one thing away from this, I hope that it is that you make conscious decisions and realise that your decisions can impact your life and it can change it, and that you can make positive choices now. In fact, do it. Like, even just pick one thing that you're a little bit stressed about, give it a new meaning, decide to make the change, and then put those plans in place. And then let me know how you get on, because I love hearing people's success stories, and I truly believe that these little steps can help. So I am going to say goodbye for today, but please do let me know in the comments if you put any of these steps into place, or if you'd like a hand, if you want to chat through anything. I am always here and I am happy to help in any way that I can. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next week.